Have you ever wondered how to win at casinos? Not just a little here and there, but really beat the house. Walk out with more money than you walked in, consistently, over time. It sounds like a fantasy, the kind of thing you see in movies. But here's the truth. While casinos are designed to win, there are cracks in the system. Tiny windows of opportunity for those who are patient, disciplined, and understand the game better than anyone else. Let's get something straight right now. This isn't about cheating. No marked cards, no hidden devices, no rigged roulette wheels. Winning at casinos the smart way is about math, psychology, and control. The first thing to understand is that the casino is not your friend. It's a psychological battlefield. The layout, the lights, the absence of clocks or windows, none of it is accidental. The longer you stay, the more likely you are to lose. That's not a guess. It's a statistical certainty. The house edge isn't just built into the games, it's built into the environment. Casinos run on emotion. They want you impulsive. They want you chasing losses. They want you excited when you win, desperate when you lose. But the real winners, they show no emotion, no big reactions, no frustration, no joy. They look bored even when they're stacking chips. Because for them, every session is part of a system. Calculated, rehearsed, deliberate. Now let's break down the games. Most people rush to the slot machines. The lights flash, the music blares, the jackpots tease you from every direction. But here's the catch. Slots are statistically the worst games in the casino. The house edge can be anywhere from 5% to 12%. Over time, you'll lose. Always. That's the math. The serious players know this, and they walk right past them. The blackjack table is where the tide begins to turn. If you play perfect basic strategy, you can get the house edge down to under 1%. But for those who take it further, those who count cards, manage their bets, and avoid attention, the edge can swing in the player's favor. Card counting isn't illegal, but casinos will throw you out for it. So the pros do it quietly. No flashy moves, no signals, no dramatic wins. Just patient observation, mental tracking, and bet adjustments that blend in with the crowd. Card counters aren't geniuses, they're just disciplined. They memorize systems like high-low or omega-2, assigning values to cards, tracking the count to determine when the deck is rich in high cards. When the count favors them, they bet big. When it doesn't, they bet the minimum. It's simple in theory, hard in practice, but it works. And it works because it's built on math, not luck. Then there's poker. The one game where you're not playing against the house, you're playing against other people. The casino takes a rake from each pot, but the rest is up to you. This is where psychology matters most. Reading people, controlling your image, knowing when to push and when to fold. Great poker players aren't just gamblers. They're strategists, actors, analysts. They know odds. They know tells. They play the player, not the cards. Craps can offer some of the best odds in the house if you stick to basic bets like the pass line and odds bets. Roulette, on the other hand, varies. European roulette has a 2.7% edge. Baccarat is simple and elegant. Always bet on the banker. It carries a house edge of just over 1%, one of the lowest in the casino. But games are only half the battle. The other half? Your mind, your bankroll, your discipline. Most people walk into a casino with a number in their head of how much they want to win. That's a mistake. The real players walk in with a number they're willing to lose. And when that number's gone, they leave. Period. No just one more hand, no I'm due for a win. Emotion is the enemy, and discipline is the armor. Professional gamblers treat their bankroll like a business fund. The edge isn't about individual wins or losses. It's about thousands of hands, thousands of bets spread out over time. You're not trying to win big, you're trying to win consistently. Now, let's talk comps. Free meals, free rooms, tickets to shows. Casinos love handing them out. Why? Because you're worth more to them in the long run. They'd rather give you $100 dinner if it keeps you playing long enough to lose $1,000. But savvy players know how to milk comps without bleeding chips. They play slow, stay long, keep their average bets steady, and walk away before real losses hit. That way, they get the perks without the pain. And what about surveillance? The eye in the sky. It's real. Cameras are everywhere. Every table, every machine, every inch of the casino floor. They're not just looking for cheaters. They're looking for patterns, unusual bet spreads, unusual behavior. If you count cards too obviously, they'll back you off. If you win too consistently, they'll ask for ID. Casinos are very good at knowing who their winners are, and better at making sure they don't come back. That's why serious players learn to camouflage. Lose a little. Talk to the dealer. Act distracted. Never draw attention. The goal is to blend in, look beatable, and never stand out. One of the smartest moves you can make. Losing small early, then gradually ramping up as you gain information. You'll look like a chaser, not a threat. Ever heard of team play? It's not just for the movies. For decades, professional teams have worked blackjack floors in teams of 3 or more. One player counts, keeping a running tally. Another signals the big player when the count is hot. The big player swoops in, drops a few thousand, and scoops up profits. It's legal, but it's risky. If the casino catches on, the team's done. And those teams, they practice for months before hitting the floor. Hand signals, heat response, betting disguise. It's an operation, not a gamble. The psychological toll is real too. Winning consistently at casinos isn't fun. It's work. Long hours, tight focus, endless repetition. The thrill wears off fast. You're not playing for fun. You're grinding for percentage points. That's why most pros eventually burn out or move on. It's a hard way to make an easy living. And don't forget, the casino isn't just fighting you with odds. They're fighting you with smells, sounds, lights, and layout. Ever wonder why the slot machines are the first thing you see? Or why the poker room is always in the back? It's all designed to guide behavior, distract logic, and keep you playing. Understanding this is key. The casino is a machine, and you're a variable in its system. If you can't step outside the game, you're already part of it. So what's the takeaway? Yes, you can win at casinos, but not by luck, not by hunch. You win with knowledge. You win with restraint. You win with a plan and the discipline to follow it. Every professional advantage player, whether they're counting cards, grinding poker tables, or hustling comps, has one thing in common. They treat the casino like a job, not a playground. And maybe that's the real secret. Not in the games themselves, not in the bets or the chips or the tables, but in the mindset, in the ability to think long-term, stay rational, and walk away when others chase the dream. The winners are ghosts, unremarkable, unmemorable, and perfectly in control. So the next time you walk into a casino, ask yourself, am I here to be entertained, or am I here to win? Because only one of those answers leads to walking out ahead.